Let's begin. Today's November 30th, 2024, and we're solving the Daily Turing Machine Puzzle. Today's puzzle uses the following 5 criteria cards. Criteria cards 3, 7, 9, 15, and 18. And the puzzle uses the green verification cards. The code above is your way to get more information on today's puzzle by searching the code on turingmachine.info. Let's go solve. So in the grid above, we've got our 5 criteria cards. On the top row, we've got criteria card A, criteria card B, and criteria card C. On the bottom row, we've got criteria card D, and finally criteria card E. Criteria card A takes a look at our middle digit, the square digit, and compares it to the number 3. Should the value of square be less than 3? Should it be equal to 3? Or should the value of square be greater than 3? Criteria card B takes a look at our last digit, the circle digit, and the Turing machine will let us know whether it's an even digit or an odd digit. Criteria card C will take a look at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing machine will let us know how many 3s there are. Are there no 3s? Is there a single 3? Perhaps 2? Maybe even all 3 are 3. Criteria card D will take a look at our 3 digits, triangle, square, and circle, and the Turing machine will let us know which one is the absolute largest. Should triangle be the largest? Should square be the largest? Or should circle be the largest? And finally, criteria card E again takes a look at our 3 digits, triangle, square, and circle, but this time it'll add them together, and the Turing machine will let us know if the sum total is an even quantity or an odd quantity. And remember, the objective of today's puzzle is to find that unique 3-digit code that abides by all the 5 criteria cards we just described. And we're going to start off with an initial proposal of 314. So the first thing I'd like to test is criteria card B. Okay, so the Turing machine approves of my choice in circle. I did pick an even 4. So since the Turing machine agrees with that, yeah, we can conclude that circle is actually an even digit. So let's go ahead and type that up in our notes in section B. And again, we'll say that circle is an even digit. And since it is even, let's go ahead and cross out the 3 odds. Okay. The next thing I think I'd like to test is criteria card E. Okay, so the Turing machine does not approve of my choice of my proposal in 314. Notice we are adding up the 3 digits. So let's go ahead and do that with my proposal. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is an even quantity, but since the Turing machine does not approve of that sum, it's informing us that actually the sum total should actually be odd. So let's go ahead and type that up in our notes. And that again is in section E. And we'll say that triangle plus square plus circle should actually be an odd quantity. And since we have established that the sum total should actually be odd, remember, we already established circle to be even. And so what can we say? Well, if we want the sum total to be odd, if we start off with an even and we add up another even, well, so far that sum is even. But now if you add an odd to that, now that sum total will be odd. So what that informs us is that besides circle, one of the other digits, triangle and square, must also be even, and that third digit must be odd. So we are looking for 2 evens and an odd. Now we don't know much about the 2 evens. They could be paired up. We don't know. We also know that that third digit must be odd, and it could be that criteria card C, where it's questioning the number of threes. Well, at this point, at most, there can only be a single 3. And so that card will either inform us if that odd is a 3. Otherwise, it would have to be a 1 or a 5. Now, we are also looking for the largest digit. That's criteria card D. And I'm trying to think of, could that possibly be our 4? Maybe. Let's see. So at this point, I mean, even though criteria card C is looking for a 3, it's a 50-50. Either the 3 is there or not. But we still would have to decipher whether it's a 1 or a 5 if not. And then, let's see. I wonder what that square digit, it could be even. Hard to say at this point. Again, not sure. Those two evens, are they equal? Are they distinct? Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Currently, I do have 4 as circle. I wonder, and my circle value 4 is the largest. So that would be interesting to say, well, is it the largest or not? What would that imply if it fails to be the largest? Could we cross out the 4? Yeah, I think we could. If we test that and it fails, then I think we can cross out the 4. I'll have to think about that, but let's go ahead and test it. So that's criteria card D. Okay, so circle is not the largest. So let's go ahead, we'll type it up as saying triangle or square must be the largest. So let's go ahead and type that up here. So we say triangle or square must be the largest. So let's revisit that. So can we cross out the 4? Well, I think, probably not, because I guess technically it could still be a 4. One of the other digits might be the 5. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. If it's 4, then the other one would be a 5. And we've already started gameplay, so I don't think we can just say, oh yeah, if it's a 4, then there can't be a 3 because, there's something larger. Well, no, circle could be a 2. We just don't know. That is interesting. Okay. Well, we've already completed our 3 Turing tests. And we're now going into the phase where we'll be discussing how to construct a good second round proposal. So notice that we did not test criteria card A, comparing our square digit, that middle digit, to the number 3. We also did not query whether there is a 3 or not. And it's still outstanding which one is the largest. Could it be triangle or square? Okay. So let's go ahead and again, let's revisit that idea where circle is not the largest. Let's see. If circle is not the largest, yeah, circle could be 2, and yeah, those other values would have to be greater. If circle's 4, I'm thinking, yeah, circle might not be 4 because, but again, it's gameplay. Could it be that there is a 5? I'm not sure. Wow, this is very interesting here. Okay. Well, I'm thinking square, comparing square to the number 3, there's just too many possibilities where, it could be a 1 or 2 or 4 and 5. I'm really thinking that maybe that is our middle digit. I'm sorry, not middle digit, our potentially our odd digit, and it might be 3. So that's 3. And we've already established, well, let's see. If we say that triangle's larger, how are we going to pick that circle value? I still don't see how. Perhaps, okay, maybe, yeah, because again, I go back to the idea of, could there be duplicate even digits? I'm thinking that maybe if if square is 3 and triangle's the largest, that would mean that triangle would have to be even and it would have to be the largest. So I'm thinking that maybe it's 432, possibly. That's the only thing I can think of. In order for circle to be one of the evens, it can't be the largest even. So it would have to default to 2. So yeah, let's go ahead and do 432. Okay, just to make sure, yeah, that circle digit is even. Either triangle or square is larger. Yeah, I picked triangle. And is the sum odd? So yeah, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So the sum is odd. Okay, well, let me go ahead and test criteria card A. Let's see if we have a 3, and that would mean that we would know we wouldn't have to test criteria card C. And so yeah, let's do criteria card A. No, it is not R3. Oh, wow. Okay. So we are dealing with square being either smaller or greater than 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so we'll say square is either less than or greater than 3. Okay, so that means we can at least cross out the 3 in square. Now, it doesn't mean it's our odd or our even. We just don't know. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and retest criteria card D to see which one is the largest. Okay, so triangle in my proposal, triangle 4 is my largest digit in my proposal, but the Turing Machine does not agree with that. So let's go ahead and cross out as best we can that triangle. Okay, so that means square is the largest. So that means that square cannot be a 1. We know that much. Okay. And that would mean that triangle cannot be a 5, because if triangle were 5, there's nothing square larger for square to be. Okay, because we can't have 2 odds anyway, so couldn't be equal. So it looks like square is the largest. Could square be 2? Well, if square were 2, there's nothing for circle to be. So no, I don't think it's going to be that. And I think now we can deduce that square has to be greater than 3. So let me go ahead And I'm going to cross this out. And I'm going to put a note saying that we deduce this. Okay, so we're looking at 4. So it could be that, let's see, what could we, so what about triangle? Triangle's not the biggest. Could triangle be 4? I don't think triangle, let's see, hold on. Well, yeah, I guess triangle could be 4. Forcing, I guess, square to be 5. But then, yeah, so I don't think triangle could be 4 because it would force square to be 5. But then how would you pick between 2 and 4? Both of those, there's nothing that says you can't have duplicates, or you can. So I don't think triangle could be the 4. Triangle 4 forces square to be 5, but then you don't know how to pick. Yeah, somehow that circle digit has to be forced into, one of the values. Okay. And what about square? Could square be 4? Yeah, square can be 4. It would force circle to be 2. And then, yeah, I guess you have to figure out whether that's odd or not. But let's see, can we eliminate 5 for square? So if that's the case, yeah, I think we can eliminate square 5. That would be our odd, forcing triangle to be even. But again, how would you pick circle? 2 and 4 for circle are valid. There's nothing to disqualify either of them. So yeah, I don't think then that square could be 5. So let's go ahead and cross it out, which means that since it's the largest, circle can't be 4, because we do need a largest. That forces our circle to be a 2. And now, that means that triangle is not a 2, because you only have 2 evens. And now, yes, now we have to pick between 1 and 3. And so let's go ahead and test criteria card C. Okay, so it does approve of the 3 in our proposal. So it is a 3S triangle. So let's go ahead and cross 1 out. Wow, very interesting. Oh, by the way, hold on. What did I do? Oh, I'm not sure why I typed up the notes for A in C. That's just, wow, that has not happened in a while. So I apologize for that. So in our notes for C, let's go ahead and type in, or in A, the results of C, and we'll say that the solution has a single 3-digit. Okay, so it looks like our solution is 342. So let's go ahead and type that up. This has been a rather interesting puzzle. Lots of twists and turns, a lot of testing whether digits would work. It's not that the clues or the results of the criteria cards eliminated a lot of possibilities. Or maybe I'm just doing this a little bit in an odd fashion. But it looks like 342 is our answer. So let's go verify. So 3, 4, 2. All right, fantastic. Fantastic, that worked. Well, how did we do versus a Turing machine? Well, it is a 5 criteria card puzzle, and we did 6 tests. So we'll see how we did. We did do BDE in the first round, and then we did the remaining 2 AC and had to retest D. So let's go ahead and type that up. So again, BDE and then ACD. So B was correct, D and E were incorrect. In the second round, I believe A was incorrect. Was that right? Yeah, and then C was correct. So C is correct, and then D was incorrect again. So how do we do? Okay, so we still beat the Turing machine by 1 question. Well, again, a very unorthodox experience, I'll say. I won't say the puzzle is unorthodox, but maybe how I solved it was a bit unorthodox. But still, a lot of twists and turns. Nothing kind of really revealed itself, except that, yeah, we're dealing with 2 evens and an odd. So at least that sort of helped out. But what about you? How did you solve? What criteria cards did you choose? And did you have a more less unorthodox solution? Did you notice anything interesting that you'd like to share? Add those thoughts to the comments. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up so that more people can find the channel. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe to not miss out on any future videos. Well, until next time, have a great one.